What's going on, fellas? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and for today, as you can see, man, the patch notes for update 5.1 is now officially live. And boys, we're getting some pretty major changes, man. We're getting 6 new level 70 characters, tier 3 Jean Grey, and if you've been following my shenanigans over the past few days, you know your boy's excited, man, because we got confirmation with the patch notes that we are getting a brand new uniform for one of, if not the most powerful character currently in the game without a uniform. We're getting a uniform for my baby Psylocke, and you guys know I absolutely love Psylocke, so I'm very excited to see just how much more powerful my baby is going to become, right? But I'm also looking forward to Jean Grey's tier 3 because that thing looks OP as shit, boys. It looks like the Phoenix is going to rip everyone to shreds. However, I know at the exact same time some of you guys are pretty disappointed because you are looking forward to Kitty Pryde, aka Shadowcat, and she's not coming in with this update. We're also not getting a new uniform for Nightcrawler, nothing for X-23, and we're also not getting Cannonball. So some of you guys are pretty disappointed, but what we're getting for this update looks pretty solid, and honestly there's a few unexpected changes / new additions, especially the ones to Infinite Shadowland, that took me completely by surprise. And frankly, I am very grateful for these changes. But I won't keep you guys too long, man. Let's go through the patch notes here really quickly and I'll share my thoughts with you guys. So we're getting 3 new characters as we pretty much expected from the gameplay trailer that we saw a few hours ago. First up is Iceman, and unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, he's going to be a crystal wall character that can only be attained from the shop, similar to Emma Frost and Sabretooth. And depending on how you look at this, this may be a good thing or a bad thing. Honestly though, I think if you're free to play, this is not the worst thing that could happen, right? Because they could have easily made him an X-Gene selector character, and if you're free to play, you would never ever get access to the character because you'd have to spend cash unless you get really lucky and Warner decides to bless you and you get him from a premium hero chest. So this is probably one of the best ways that he could come to the game because you can slowly collect crystals over time and eventually you will have access to the character. So this is not the worst thing that could happen. However, honestly, I'm kind of disappointed with the leadership that they chose to give him. I was hoping for a leadership similar to Misty Knights, right? I was hoping for, 60% increase to cold damage because it's Iceman, baby. But instead, they decided to give him a skill cooldown, and that's not useful for basically anyone besides a new player. In addition to that, they decided to give him a 40% chance to be immune to cold damage. This seems hella low to me when we have characters in the game like Ghost Rider, who is completely immune to fire damage, and then we have people like Inferno and Robbie Reyes, who have an 80% chance to be immune to fire damage. I think he should have at the very least had 80%. That's just my 2 cents. But his tier 2 passive actually looks pretty solid. It's very similar to Carol's tier 2 passive, and we all know just how much of a beast Carol's tier 2 passive makes the character in PvE, especially since it synergizes very well with a C.T.P of Rage. So this should be very interesting, boys. It should be very interesting to see how somebody like Iceman performs with a C.T.P of Rage. Looking at his skills, I don't really see anything that really stands out too much, but I'm not gonna go with what I see on paper. I'm really gonna have to see what the iframes look like and overall what the damage looks like. I was really hoping for some healing in his kit, right? But I didn't see anything that looks like that. Maybe it's hidden. He does have a sizable attack buff here. He also has invincibility for 6 seconds, which is pretty dope, and he has 3 seconds of damage immunity. Overall, he looks very safe, but I want a lot of damage out of him. He deserves to be a very OP character because he's an Omega level mutant, right? But on paper, this doesn't scream Omega level to me. But I'm not going to jump the gun. I'll get him day one, and we'll have some fun with him, and we'll see how it goes, man. He's probably going to be one of the first characters I build. So yeah, it should be very interesting. Next up, the character that most of you guys thought was going to be free to play, Jubilation Lee, aka Jubilee, is actually coming in as the paywall character from this update. Surprise, surprise. Honestly, I'm actually very surprised by this. I thought as well that she would be the free-to-play character. I thought it was either going to be Bishop or Iceman, but no, it's actually Jubilation Lee, and her leadership is pure garbage, pure garbage. Mine resists, no thank you, keep that, right? It's pretty bad, honestly. But her 4-star passive after image, 70% chance when attacking, 30% bonus plasmoid damage every second. That's pretty interesting, and it actually stacks. So this should be very, very interesting to see how much it scales her overall damage. And then she has a 50% chance to be immune to mind damage, and she gets some increased skill damage and bonus damage for her tier 2 passive. Looks pretty solid overall with the passives, but honestly, it's gonna be interesting to see how her damage compares to somebody like Iceman, because honestly, she's not supposed to be that super OP, and since they chose to make her the paywall character in this update, they definitely have to scale her damage to reflect that. So it should be very interesting. If she ends up being stronger than Iceman though, a lot of people are gonna be pissed. So yeah, it should be interesting. From what we saw in the gameplay trailer that they released, she doesn't look like she's going to be the safest character, but she has 5 seconds of immunity. If she has a couple iframes built in, then she should overall be a pretty solid character. She has a guard here, which guard is actually spelled wrong, right? But it is what it is. It's a 2-hit guard though. Hopefully it goes up as you level the skill. She also has a 20% energy attack buff, and she has the ability to move around via the V-pad, and she also has a skill that looks like you can channel it indefinitely. Laser spark hopefully does really good damage, and it synergizes well with, let's say, a C.T.P of energy. Then we have my boy Bishop coming in as the free-to-play character, and honestly, I don't know how I feel about this, right? Because if he's free-to-play, I'm hoping that doesn't mean he's weak, right? Hopefully he is on the level of somebody like Angel at the very least, right? I'm not trying to say that free-to-play characters are weak, because that's definitely not the case. Sharon Rogers is one of the easiest characters to get in this game, and she's one of the most powerful, right? So I'm pretty sure he's gonna be a solid character overall. I love his leadership, right? It would have been nice to get a bigger energy attack buff, but it is what it is. It's nice to see that he got energy damage received as a reduction here, and honestly, I was hoping for more in his kit though. I was hoping for damage accumulation and some reflect, right, to make him a better PvP character, because we're in the energy meta. Well, not in, but we've always been in the energy meta, right? Most of them, the strongest characters in the game are energy based, so it would have been nice to see him get a skill that reflects a lot of energy damage back at the people who dealt it, kind of like Destroyer, right? But it doesn't look like that's what we're gonna get with Bishop, unless I'm not seeing something that's pretty major here. But he stacks a lot of the energy damage that he receives, which is pretty cool, right? So should be interesting to see just how much damage my boy has. I'm looking forward to his skill changes though. He also has a counter-attacking skill here, which is pretty dope, but honestly, I wanted a little bit more out of him, right? I'm looking forward to doing a couple comparisons between him and Cable. I'm definitely going to try and give him a C.T.P of energy, but overall, I'm not seeing anything that really stands out here to me at the very least. Next up, boys, we have the 4 new uniforms, and right away, man, Ginger is certified beast in this uniform. 15% increase to all attack as your uniform bonus. That's 15% in addition to the 25 that she's gonna get once you get this uniform to Mythic. So that's a 40% increase to her DPS right away, not even counting any skill changes that the uniform offer, right? So yeah, PvP is going to be up in flames. The Phoenix is back, baby, and she's stronger than ever. All these uniforms are premium uniforms. Honestly, I'm happy Beast got something here, but I'm hoping that it does more than just makes his leadership better, right? Because I want to play with Beast, like, and have more fun with him than I currently do. Like, more than just using him as the lead, passing the buff, and then using other characters. I want to have fun with Beast because I actually like Beast as a character, and I think like the icon, the portrait for this uniform actually looks so sick. Like, you know what I'm saying? It looks so sick, and I'm hoping that it actually does work in the game. So it enhances his leadership, but I want more than that. Freaking Storm's uniform, I'm hoping that it does more than just makes her tier 2 passive better. I'm hoping for at least 4 new skill changes, okay, boys? And then we got my baby Betsy. Oh my goodness, shivers. You know what I'm saying, guys? Ooh, this sent chills up my spine, baby, just thinking about how powerful this girl is right now. You know what I'm saying? And how much more powerful she can get with a Mythic uniform, giving her 25% increase to all her attacks. This is gonna be amazing. So she now has a 30% chance to penetrate mind, immunity, and 20% more HP. That's solid. That's solid. The 20% more HP is definitely gonna make her a lot better, because the only real like issue Psylocke as a character has is the fact that her survivability isn't the greatest when enemies can penetrate her damage immunity, right? The status effects in Woboss Ultimate kind of eat her HP because she has no healing, but overall she's a solid character, rocking 5 iframes immunity and a lot of freaking damage. So I like the fact that she's getting more HP here. If she does get a heal, a small heal, no matter how small, from a new skill change, that would be dope. Hopefully they don't mess with her skills too much, because I think they mesh together really nicely as is. If they just added more damage and some healing, I'll be fine with that, right? So it should be interesting to see, and I look forward to picking up all of these uniforms and testing them extensively. Then we got 6 new characters getting their level 70. I'm kind of sad that we're not getting level 70 for Rogue, not getting it for Cyclops, and we're also not getting it for Apocalypse. So it looks like those characters, in addition to Magic, they're all probably going to get level 70 in another update. Should be interesting to see what Netmarble decides to do with those characters as a collective. And then we have Jean Grey's tier 3 skill, and oh my goodness, this thing looks absolutely insane, boys. She's literally lighting up everything in sight. Look at how many hits that is. That's like over what, 700 hits. This looks like it's an instant killer, boys. An instant killer in timeline once this goes off, man. If this has iframe ignore, oh my goodness, everything is dropping dead immediately, right? Revelation, that is a freaking amazing name for a tier 3, and honestly it looks like it's gonna be an absolutely insane skill. So we have some burn damage here, we have silence, removes active buff from target, we got bind, we got stun, 9 seconds, very interesting that they gave her 9 seconds of invincibility. They could have given her 10, similar to what they did for Thanos, but it is what it is. So she got more survivability thanks to her tier 3, and she's also getting a 70% increase for 1 attack. And then we got 100% fire immunity penetration, 100% chance to penetrate barrier, shield, all damage immunity, invincibility, and super armor. This is going to be an amazing skill, especially if it has iframe ignore. Oh my goodness. Should be interesting to see what they do for her skill change with the uniform though. I, for one, I'm very much looking forward to it. And then we got some additional changes, making Infinite Shadowland a lot more exciting. So first clear rewards, what should have been there ever since they updated it, has now finally been added, and I, for one, I'm looking forward to it. I personally would have liked it if they made it so that the Shadowland chest that we get from collecting cookies, because you know I'm a cookie monster, it is what it is, didn't have a 4-star variety of items in it anymore. If they had just made it 5 stars and did nothing else, I would have been very, very happy. Like 5-star rewards and up would have been amazing. But this is a good start, some first clear rewards, especially when you take a look at what we're getting for every 5 stages that we clear. It's a first time reward only type of deal, right? But it is pretty awesome. So 35, you're getting a 6-star custom gear. 40, you're getting 150 biometrics. 45, you're getting a rank 6 dark antimatter. They're probably meant to be like black antimatter, but it is what it is. Then stage 50 is where it starts getting pretty exciting, boys. 75 CCF. Those of you guys who know what the grind is like for grinding CCF, you know 75 is nothing to laugh at, okay? And stage 50 is pretty easy to get to. Then 55 gives you a tier 2 advancement ticket. 6-star fully awakened. I'm assuming ISO. Sad that it's random, so if you get like a nimble ISO or a vitality ISO, it's not that great. Then 65, they decide to give you another additional 150 biometrics. Honestly, this should have been 150 or at the very least 75 X genes. X genes would have been nice. You know what I'm saying? Some X genes would have been nice right here. That's just my 2 cents, right? Then we got stage 70, 1,000 Phoenix feathers. This is actually pretty awesome, right? Especially since we're getting a mutant update right now. It would have been nice though if this could come to your inventory without a timer on it, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna come with a timer, so you won't be able to save it for a rainy day kind of deal, right? So that kind of sucks. Then 75 is also giving you another 75 CCF. Honestly, I'm kind of like, about this because stage 75 shouldn't be giving you the same reward as stage 50. If anything, it should be giving you 100, not 75, right? So that's kind of stingy on Netmarbles' part, but it's CCF and you guys know the grind is all too real when it comes to CCF. Stage 80 though, a mega. Oh, they made up for that in a big way, guys. Stage 80, a mega upgrade ticket. This is like what, $30-$40 right here. This is actually awesome. And then 85 is giving you the same reward as 35. Honestly, sometimes they banging out the park with the rewards and other times it's just kind of like, really? Doesn't make sense to me. But then you move up to stage 90 and it's another 150 biometrics. Honestly, they're really stingy with the XGs, man. They're really stingy with the XGs. Like seriously, they could have put 100 XGs here, but decided more biometrics. Then 95 is some more black antimatter. Rank 6 is nothing to laugh at. 100, then we're getting 75 CCF. 105 though is where you're getting something major, right? Tier 2 mega advancement ticket. 110, you're getting a 6-star awakened ISO. Good luck. Hopefully you guys don't get nimble or vitality. And then we're getting another additional 150 biometrics. These guys are so stingy with the X genes, man. However, boys, 125 is pretty lit. Another 75 CCF and 130 a C.T.P selector. So once you get here from having a ton, like seriously a ton invested in your characters, you can go ahead and pick up a C.T.P of Rage. That's probably what you should be using this thing for from the C.T.P selector. Honestly, overall, like we have a mixed bag here. I know the CCF and the mega upgrade tickets like the uniform and the tier 2 advancement ticket is probably the best thing here for the majority of people, but the C.T.P selector is nothing to smile at when you eventually get there, right? I'm probably not going to get there for a while because even if I do try to push this high up, I don't think I have enough invested in my characters just yet to get to stage 130. So yeah, should be interesting to see where I can push though. So yeah, I might actually start playing Infinite Shadowland again like I used to for you guys on the channel. But overall, some pretty major changes here for update 5.1 when it comes to Shadowland. Then we got some changes here, a new uniform ranking system. You can even make a wish list, right? This is pretty awesome. I'm gonna put together my own uniform ranking in game to see how it turns out. You can even favorite uniforms before you buy them, right? That's actually really, really dope. And I'm gonna try this out and see how it looks in game once it comes live. Then we have a new Dimension Rift for my guy Bishop. Honestly, the card looks definitely better than the one that they gave us for Warpath and Angel. If this was all attack and max HP, I would be all about it. But all attack and dodge, it's not that good. I'll just have to see what the other stats look like. And I might actually put it in my set because I changed up my set a few days ago. So it's looking a little bit better than it was for the longest time. Then we have a new Beast support chest. Honestly, this thing is not as good as the Tony Stark supply chest, and I never bought that, so I probably won't buy this. This is probably just for people who are trying to rush building the X-Men, right? Because you get some more crystals, some more feathers, and you get a chance of getting a 6-star mega rank up ticket. Honestly, I don't think this is the greatest of deals, but if you just want to try your luck and see if you can pull out like a bandit with a mega rank up ticket, it's all up to you. But they can probably miss me with this. I'm probably not gonna buy this. And then this is just talking about the Iceman crystal package that will be available in the store, and when you buy it the first time, you'll get him at 6 stars, and you can buy it additional times to collect more bios or XGs for him. This freaking collection here actually looks pretty cool, but 375 crystals to get these uniforms to mythic in the first few days. Actually, it's 30 days. You know what? I might actually get this done. This might be one of those ones that I actually get done in a timely manner. So in 26 days, if this is actually accurate, I should be able to get all of these to mythic. Actually, no, I might actually not be able to do it because Jean Grey is going to take up a lot of feathers, boy. A lot of feathers and crystals. We'll see if we can get it done, but I know for sure Jean Grey's uniform is definitely going to be worth getting to mythic. So will Psylocke's. We'll be iffy about Storm, but since this is our only uniform, I feel like it's probably going to be worth it to get it to mythic. And Beast, who knows? We'll see how it turns out for him. Hopefully he's more than just the leadership. Then we have other game improvements, right? Honestly, I don't really care too much about the participation being available for world event. I don't see anything major there, right? However, moving downwards, right, we have some pretty important news. We will be waiting even longer. This is actually, hold up, before I talk about that, this is actually pretty awesome because sometimes you get disconnected while you're waiting for World Boss Invasion. So it's nice that you can just come back and you can reload without having to re-choose your team. This is actually pretty awesome, right? And then you can go through the cinematic for opening your World Boss Invasion chests pretty quickly now. So that's pretty awesome, right? But moving downwards, something that a lot of us have been waiting for, we're gonna have to keep waiting for, and that's actually, let's actually go down here. This is like little stuff that's pretty awesome. This, however, is pretty awesome because now you can see your Uru slots that are amplified without having to actually click on the Urus and go into the Uru page. So this is pretty cool, right? Then you can reject or accept all, and now you can see Thor's Infinity War uniform in the tutorial to try and convince you to buy it if you're coming in as a new player. Anyways, we're also getting some more missions for the Shield Academy. That's all well and good. However, what I was gonna say is we still have to wait, boys. So we're gonna be waiting another month or so before we get Justice for Iron Man and Mjolnir for Captain America, in addition to other changes for characters like hopefully Thor. Yes, boys, we're gonna be waiting until mid-July. At least they mentioned it, because otherwise myself and people like me would be complaining like a mother. But guys, if we keep waiting, hopefully it will be something worthwhile. We'll just have to see how much they give Storm, and that will give us an idea of just how much we can expect for Iron Man, right? Because Storm and Iron Man, they're in similar places, right? The player base really want justice. So if they do right by us with a Storm uniform, then I guess we can expect some major changes for Iron Man. In addition to that, Thanos is getting a few improvements. So is Nebula. And they're changing a few animations, or fixing a few animations for Quasar. Honestly, boys, we're gonna wrap it up right here. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you guys are feeling overall in this update. Frankly, I'm going in optimistic, looking forward to seeing what Iceman looks like, what Bishop looks like, and Jubilation Lee. honestly, DPS wise, I'm looking forward to seeing what the character can do and if she justifies being a paywall character. But overall, it looks like it's a solid update, and since we're getting a uniform for my baby Betsy, I can't wait to see how much that girl rises in PvE, and more HP should definitely make her a solid character for PvP. But yeah, man, leave me your thoughts in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. 5.1 looking like it's gonna be lit, boys, and I'm all for it.